first your name, your related teaching experience, and your course, just very high level detail, high level introduction, and one word to describe your course, like one unique word. Okay, go ahead.
Taught for 22 years in the public school system and just retired from that. But part of my teaching was music, but I also taught speech and debate for several years and developed quite a love for public forum debate. And so that is what I teach for Haddee. My background, I have a master's in humanities education and a specialist in online education. So, and I thought of a word for debate, and there's so many words, but I chose perspective because it gives a clear, a overriding perspective and worldview. And I thought that was a great word for debate.
So now we start with summer program introduction. And so my question to starting back with Ms. Luxton is, what is your course? What are you going to offer? Have you taught these classes before? And what's the feedback? And why do you want your students to take your classes?
All right, well, I teach primarily public forum debate. And I have an introductory course and an advanced course. The introductory course delves into just the basic fundamentals of public forum debate. And then the advanced course adds new strategies, digs deeper into the strategies of debate. The reason that I love debate is because of everything, so many things it brings to the student. Just simply the overcoming of fear of public speaking is huge, especially for young students. To be able to get up in front of someone and talk, that's a big thing for them. So they learn presentation skills. It helps them build their confidence. And even if our culminating activity is an in-class debate. And so even if they lose, they have the confidence of speaking, and then they learn to lose with grace and figure out what they did that they could do better the next time. So it's so well-rounded. It develops mental maturity, emotional maturity, critical thinking skills, communication skills. It's a team, so they have to learn to collaborate and to work with each other. They have to learn to articulate thoughts. They have to learn to think outside the box sometimes and think of another way to come at a problem. A worldview. They learn all the topics are so diverse that they have to look at things from two different angles. So they develop empathy. They don't necessarily have to agree with one side or the other, but they develop an empathy and they learn to embrace all sides of a topic because they have to debate both sides of the topic. They become socially conscious about different topics. So it builds that aspect as well. People from so many different walks of life, everything from Supreme Court justices to Oprah Winfrey, to famous actors, to lawyers, they all have been debaters. And so as people learn to do these skills, it sets them up for success. Even things just learning to apply for a job or to go for a job interview or a college interview, you can speak clearly and articulately about your point. Be persuasive to the person that you are talking to. Get that raise, get that promotion. All those things come into play with debate. And so that's why I love it. I'm also going to add in the summer program a course in Lincoln Douglas debate, which is just one person against one person debating values. And so that's a completely different perspective. I've taught public forum through it virtually for a few years now, and I get a lot of good feedback from the students about what they've gained from it and that ability to just get up and talk to somebody. One of my most recent students started and he came early because he said, I'm so nervous. What do I do? And he did a great job. And when it was over, he goes, I want to do this more. Is there another class? So it's exciting to see them grow. And then Lincoln Douglas, I've taught it in in person in school, but this will be my first foray into doing it virtually. So I'm excited about that. So I love teaching for Haddee. I love teaching debate online with these kids. It's awesome.
So you've been teaching this class quite a few times, right? There are
Yes.
a lot of very good feedback, and there are a little bit of constructive feedback as well, because when they get into class, they say, oh, I'm not debating. So please explain really what's your class, because the title is Debate and Speech. Go ahead.
Right. So we're learning the strategies of debate, the fundamentals of debate. And so we take it a step at a time. We talk about the different speeches that they have to write. We talk about the strategies of writing those speeches, and they have to learn to do research. They have to research both sides of the topic. They have to collaborate with their partner. And so we learn all the different speeches, the purpose of each speech. Each week they are given the opportunity, it's not required, but they have the opportunity to record themselves speaking and reading their speech and sending it to me for feedback. I can give them feedback on pronunciation, on phrasing, on just speaking in general, if they want that extra added input from me. And then they have time in each class in a breakout room to work with their partner. It's not like we're in a classroom where they sit at a table together and can work together. We are virtual. So the breakout rooms of Zoom allow them that time to work together as partners and to work and to build their cases. And then we work toward the culminating activity of actually doing a debate in class. And so then that becomes their opportunity to put it into practice. One of the problems is that because you have all these different personalities and all these different students at different levels of comprehension, one student might be ready to go now. They've got it, they are ready to go. And in the same class is a student that is struggling a little bit and working on their comprehension and working up their courage to do something. And so because of the different levels and the individual pursuit, we have to take it a little bit slower so that everybody can come together at the end and debate each other and have a final culminating activity, a competition among themselves to put that into practice, what they have learned. And then so that we have the first class, the introduction, and we do just the basics. And then in the advanced class, we dig deeper and we learn new strategies and different ways to approach each facet of debate. And we add new strategies and new parts of debate to them. But the same thing it's the same thing. Every student is different, how they are approaching it, how quickly they learn the topic. And again, we take it step by step by step. Again, the opportunity to videotape themselves, to practice the debate with me, they're speaking with me, working toward that culminating activity of a final debate. And so that's how I do the class.